Casey, what's going on?
Yeah, good morning, Steve. We've been following this story since around 3:30 this morning. I want to take you right to the action. We've walked all over Waikiki. Right now, we're on Kuhio and Seaside, where it appears, again, I'm just reporting things as I see them. No official information from HPD, but it does appear the gentleman that was earlier behind this Honolulu Disposal Services truck that was causing so much problems for drivers, police, and along Kalakaua. It does appear that they finally apprehended him. It does look like they've got him, and it looks like they're dragging him out, putting him on the stretcher there. Obviously, Steve, as we've been telling you this morning, I saw that gentleman around 3:30. You could see the look in his eyes. He's obviously very disturbed or intoxicated. It's been a long morning. HPD, very patient earlier, around 3 o'clock. Things got really serious, though, just about 30 minutes ago when he left that intersection, Liliuokalani and Kalakaua. That's where he was going back and forth for almost 3 hours. Again, HPD being very calm, trying to talk him out of that vehicle, trying to make sure that nobody else got hurt, de-escalating the situation. Then again, as I'd mentioned, things got really serious. He took off down Kalakaua. I don't even want to guess what side streets he went down because we tried to follow him, track his movements all through Waikiki this morning. Very dangerous situation as the morning moves on. The sun's coming up. A lot of tourists, a lot of visitors out on the sidewalk. It was an extremely dangerous situation. What started out as sort of a bizarre morning turned into something that could have really seriously hurt somebody. Right now, though, again, we're trying to get as much information, official information, as we can from HPD. But as far as I know, I don't have any injuries, nobody hurt so far to report. But as you can see, that gentleman, extremely disturbed. Honolulu Police Specialized Services Division did a great job trying to keep things calm, de-escalate the situation, and he's now hopefully getting the help that he needs, but not without causing a huge traffic problem and worrying a lot of people this morning. So I have also reached out to Honolulu Disposal Services this morning to try to confirm whether or not that vehicle was stolen. Here's what I do have from a couple of different witnesses that were in Chinatown very early this morning. They say they did see HPD try to make contact with a garbage truck early this morning. Those are unconfirmed reports with HPD, but that's what we're hearing around Chinatown, Kaka'ako area. So we're going to try to confirm whether or not that vehicle was actually stolen, whether that was possibly an employee. We're hearing a lot of different things from witnesses, but what we know right now, and I can tell you from just seeing it, is that they have gotten the man out of the truck. He's with Honolulu EMS. They're going to hopefully get him the help that he needs. And as far as we know right now, nobody was hurt in all this, and that is a blessing because this was a dangerous, wild situation with SSD officers in a Honolulu Disposal Services, those big garbage trucks trying to block him off. It was a wild scene here this morning in Waikiki. Again, we'll continue to follow this throughout the day. Right now, we'll send it back into the studio.
Yeah, Casey, and I know you were around a lot of people as this went on for several hours. What was the reaction for the people that were witnessing everything unfold?
Well, Steve, like I had said earlier this morning, people were making jokes, cracking wise, because, of course, it was kind of bizarre early on. He was just going back and forth in that intersection. But you got to think, if something had snapped, again, HPD trying to get us out of the way here, and we're going to go ahead and listen to them and get out of the way and make sure that we're out of the work that they're trying to do. But it started out as something that was very bizarre. It turned really serious in the last hour or so when we saw that pickup take off along Kalakaua, going down these side streets along Kuhio. It didn't seem like HPD had a lot of control of the situation at that point. They were actively chasing him after that. So you got to think, with so many people on the sidewalks here, it was a really scary situation, and they wanted to deal with this as quickly as they could. And as far as we can see, Steve, nobody hurt in all this. Again, we're working to confirm that with HPD as well as Honolulu EMS. Again, you saw that man get put in the ambulance, so hopefully he's going to get the help that he needs. And as far as we know, again, we're going to try to confirm, but nobody hurt through all this wild stuff that happened here this morning in Waikiki. Steve?
Yeah, and we're absolutely thankful for that. Safety the priority. Great job out there this morning, Casey. Thanks, man. All right, 8:04 right now. Let's hand things over to Lacey Denise.
And see, let's take an aerial look.
Get you to that breaking news again.
Yeah, police just reopened a portion of Chinatown following a suspicious package investigation. Casey Lund is live with the latest for us. Casey.
Yeah, hey, good morning. This scene really played out over almost 4 hours. It just wrapped up a few moments ago before we came on air here. But just after 1 o'clock, we heard reports of this suspicious device. So I want to just give you a reference. Before we go to video, I want to show you where we're at. This is Mauna Kea and Kukui Street. Kukui going this way, Mauna Kea and Beretania. They closed this entire area off as they investigated that suspicious package. It was just beyond those vehicles there in a pile of rubbish, very close to this school. I know it looks like apartments, but that's a school and some businesses, and then 2 parking structures. And that's why we didn't see any evacuations because of all this, because police weren't that worried about folks in the area. They cleared out everybody, pedestrians. But this video that I do want to show you, as we were able to zoom in, and hopefully you'll be able to see right off the top of this why they were taking things so seriously. You see the robot there from the explosives unit pulling out what looks like sort of a cylindrical item with some possible wires coming from it, and that did cause a lot of concern. So you can see why they took so many precautions. They were able to get that out, put that on the street on Mauna Kea. This is on the Ewa side of Mauna Kea Street. Set it down, and then they went back to the pile of rubbish and pulled out another smaller item. After a couple of minutes of examining those, bomb squad techs came up to them, put them in containers, and then brought them on board their vehicle where that robot came from. I did ask one of the police officers on scene really quickly as he was sort of driving away what happened. They learned that those items were inert, meaning they were not explosive. They didn't cause any threat. They were just some rubbish that somebody had some questions about. They were glad that they checked it out, though, and since cleared the scene. And now, of course, Mauna Kea Street completely back open. No traffic delays here. But let's check in with Lacey Denise for a look at things around the island.
Thank you very much, Casey.